I bet this is Pompillio's.
You're going to want to hide your petunias for this video. It's time for the Pompillio's Trilogy with Jim Rauch. And before I get ready to get on the road with this recipe, I have a little bit of backstory I'd like to share with you. Once upon a time, there was a show called Dateline NBC's To Catch a Predator. They would team up with an organization known as Perverted Justice and along with the local police, conduct sting operations all over the United States. However, there was one sting that was mentioned on the Bowling Green episode. It took place in April of 2007 and happened in Highland Heights, Kentucky by the KBI without the presence of Dateline. Out of the 11 men busted in that sting, one stood out from all the rest.
Jim Rauch, R-A-U-C-H.
That would be 59-year-old James Rauch, a retired music teacher from the local school 4 blocks away. He was also a criminal justice professor at the University of Cincinnati. How did Jim Rauch gain so much notoriety without even having a seat with Chris Hansen?
It's a question.
I think it's safe to say it's the 2-hour interrogation video where he goes off topic and incriminates himself in a cavalier fashion.
How do you get a damn name like Pompillio's?
Pompillio's is an Italian restaurant in Newport, Kentucky. It has a rich history that I don't have the time to fully unbox in this video. For example, the original voice of Tony the Tiger, Thurl Ravenscroft, did a musical advertisement for the restaurant back in the 1950s. The legendary toothpick scene from the movie Rain Man starring Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise was also filmed at Pompillio's. And finally, in 2007, Jim Rauch mentions Pompillio's to a perverted justice decoy he thinks is a 13-year-old girl.
Actually, my daughter. Oh God, this is freaky. My daughter did movies at Pompillio's.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Pompillio's?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hey, yeah. You ever said pick up Pompillio's?
You're breaking up, right?
It was also brought to my attention that Pompillio sells their So Italian sauces online.
It's so Italian, so Italian!
And even has a few of their recipes on their site as well. To my dismay, they were out of the butternut squash and the marinara robusto. I was, however, able to get my hands on the Bolognese, marinara classico, and the puttanesca. And unlike Jim Rauch, the sauces reached their destination within 4 days. And since cooking is a part of what I do, we will be recreating the rigatoni bolognese. Are you interested?
Very. I don't do that.
You don't do that?
I don't want to do that.
Now that we're in the kitchen, let's go over the ingredients. We got our rigatoni, butter, our Pompillio spice blend, the bolognese sauce. We even got the beef, and we got the salt and pepper I left in the cabinet. Pompillio's uses regular ground beef when they make this dish. I got my hands on some prime cut New York strip for $13.
I'd be happy, like give me an 18, 19-year-old and I'll be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom line is, we need to cut the steak into smaller strips and get it ready for the meat grinder. If you don't have a meat grinder, you can have your local butcher do this step for you. Lucky for me, I got a damn good grinder.
You're supposed to laugh, damn it.
Next, it's time to season our ground strip with salt, pepper, and our Pompillio spice blend, none of which I measured.
Which don't help me, son of a bitch.
Mix the meat together with your hands, but don't mix it too much.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Just enough to combine the spices. Set your burner to medium-high Melt 28 grams of butter over the skillet and add the ground beef.
What happens when I get there? You gonna fuck me?
To brown the beef, I'm going to turn left, then I'm going to turn left, then I'm going to turn right, then I'm going to turn left. Does that make sense?
I gotta piss though. God, I gotta piss bad.
Now it's time to drain the beef and set it aside for a few minutes while I take a piss.
I don't care. I'm gonna piss on your petunias.
Bring half a gallon of water to a boil. The ratio for cooking pasta is 1 gallon of water per 1 pound of pasta. Pompillio's uses half a gallon of water per pound, which is a relief because this is the biggest pan I currently own.
Are you sure this is okay?
Add 1 pound of rigatoni to the boiling water. We're going to cook the pasta in the water for about 6 minutes because we want it a little harder.
Harder? Yeah, you want it hard?
While we wait for the rigatoni to cook, it's time to add the brown beef to the skillet along with our Pompillio's Bolognese sauce. I'm going to let it heat up over medium.
Phil, I have to get over here. Oh!
Once again, I'm going to turn left. Then I'm going to turn left. Then I'm going to turn right. And finally, I'm going to mix this all together in a cavalier fashion.
I don't care. I'm gonna piss on your petunias.
Now that 6 minutes have gone by, it's time to drain the pasta. But before we do that, reserve 1 cup of the pasta water and add it to the beef in the Bolognese sauce.
Don't judge me on that.
It was at this moment when I added the rigatoni to the beef in the Bolognese. I realized I needed to use a bigger pot for the rest of this recipe instead of the skillet.
I can hear the anxiety in your voice.
Shut up, Groomer.
I'm sorry, where what?
After letting the pasta and the sauce cook together for about 5 minutes, ensuring the pasta is al dente.
I'm just trying to reassure you.
Now it's time for the best part. Now this is what a rigatoni bolognese looks like, served on a champagne-colored plate with a vodka tonic on the side. The bears will definitely be after your dick with this one.
Yes. I'm gonna piss on your Pompillios.
And thank you for watching. Join us next time for part 2 when we make Pompillio's chicken cacciatore. Will we be able to make it without the marinara robusto? Will Jim Rauch make it to the Swingers Club? Find out on the next episode. Bye, sweethearts!